Hello YouTube, this is Kuzil. Welcome to another episode of Regrowth. I'm having fun, man. I'm having a good time with this pack. I've got a surprise for you guys today. Um, we're gonna do some automation. Yeah, let's get started. So, first things first. You remember how I automated this the other day, right? Um, I put you saw the casting table with the ingot in there. I went ahead and made a casting basin. It's just these seared bricks in like a upside down pants pattern. So the same pattern we did for the table, which was like this, it's just the opposite. So it comes down and around like that. Makes the casting basin. Um, so yeah, I put the hopper underneath that, put the hopper into the chest here, and then anything that it is done with pulls out and sticks it into the chest. So making a bunch of glass here for today's episode. So then I was like, well, why can't that work over here for this? And it totally does. It does work very well. So when this ingot caster is done casting its ingots, the hopper pulls it out and sticks them into the chest. Also, I discovered the reason I have two levers here. This lever is for this wooden engine, and this lever is for turning on and off the crucible. So once I'm done smelting these things, I'll turn it off and it stops consuming lava. I discovered that by having this lever here and to turn this engine on. We'll turn the engine on and shut the furnace off. So now I've got two levers. Alright, so that's that. The other thing is with our crops. I want to automate our crops. And you're thinking, okay, how do you automate crops? Because we don't have anything to harvest yet. Well, you are correct. We don't have anything to harvest except we have this, right? The Horn of the Wild. And the range on the Horn of the Wild is ridiculous. It's really, really, really good. So, I wonder if I can smelt this down into molten glass. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to grab some of this and then we'll just let this keep going. Toss the rest of my sand in there. I do want to drop this down one more. Stick this down into the floor so that I have, triple this or 9 more slots. So I'll have 27 total slots. Right now I only have 18. So started off with 9. I think I've got the rain going. I'm not sure if it's nighttime or not. Don't see any mobs. We are on normal difficulty. So we're not cheating. Okay, so I've tested this. It works. It's amazing. Buildcraft has a vacuum pipe. So you take this obsidian transport pipe, which is part of this quest series right here, the logistical improvements, has you make an obsidian pipe. Well, when you make one, you get 8. So it's just 2 obsidian and a piece of glass. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to stick this obsidian directly on top, just like that. Okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to run transport pipe, and I'm using gold because gold is fast moving. It transports items quickly. If I were to stick cobble here, the items would go about that speed. The gold one is a lot quicker, so it goes something like that. Okay, so if I were to pop that off, you'll see that it picked it up and chucked it into the inventory there. It should pick that one up too. It might be out of range. But if you don't have it powered, so if it's sitting just like it is right now, it only has a range of 1 block. The 1 block that it's directly above. So we're going to take this wooden engine, we're going to give it some power, and now suddenly this has a range of 3x3, and it is exactly 3x3. If anything is sitting even remotely over here, like a pixel over here, it won't pick it up. So for example, see if I can get one of these to drop off to the side. So everything's behaving right now. There we go. This one won't get picked up by the obsidian pipe. And this is all the time. This works 100% of the time. So what I decided I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some glass, and I'm going to have to lift this up at least one more. and I'm gonna take this clear glass from Tinker's construct. That's what you get out of the smeltery. And I'm gonna leave that one open because I'm gonna have another lever there. Okay. So now if I come in here and I just spam click these, they all drop inside the area, the 3x3 area. So now when those are all full, I can use my Horn of the Wild. So like if I do this on top of all of my crops, all I gotta do is just take the Horn of the Wild and just run through my crops and just pick them all up. Yeah, it's gonna sound like that too. So anyway, I wanted to show you that because I discovered this. I thought, well, you know, I wonder if that would work, and it does. It does in fact work very well. The only thing we don't have right now is an automated Horn of the Wild. If I could do that, if I had something that could right click this for me right now, I would totally set that up, but we don't. So, alright, so let's set up another one here because there is an adjustment to this that you need to do. Okay, so now if I were to stick this here, transport pipes are weird. And what this would do is it would take, let's pop that off. Well, that didn't work. Let's toss this on here and we'll turn it on. And it looks like it's becoming nighttime. Let's go sleep real quick. I gotta teach you about these transport pipes because it took me forever to figure out what the heck they were doing and how to fix it. And there's a reason for everything. There's a reason for all these pipes. They all serve a purpose. So, let's... Okay, so it probably did already. So let's pop off one of these other ones here. There we go. It should suck that up. Now, where'd it go? There it is. So now, once it gets to this junction, it doesn't have any clue where to go. So it's possible it could go down. It's possible it could go over. It ended up going into the chest. It worked for us. But it's not going to be consistent like that. So let's pop off a bunch of these. And we'll just make sure that they all go in there. Yeah, you see how it's dumping in there now? And then this other pipe has to pick it up. So we don't want that. Okay, we don't want to have it dump twice or have to have this thing work twice. We want this thing, see, and then it comes back up and it doesn't know where to go and it could come over here and dump down again. We don't want that. Okay, so what we want to do is we don't want to do that either. So take this iron transport pipe and stick that on there. Okay, and then you're going to grab your wrench. Now these, remember how I said with the wooden transport pipe, this only, the clear indicates the direction that it goes, and the solid is the direction it's coming from. So as items enter this junction here, the only way they're going to go is through the clear area. Well, we want them to go over here, so we're just going to right click that with our pipe, or with our wrench. And now everything that comes to this junction, whether it's from this direction or from this direction, is going to go this direction. Okay? Alright, so let's try this again. So let's also grab one here. Since this is only one direction, you know, that shouldn't be a problem, but we are going to be adding in more pipes to this junction. So let's try out our Horn of the Wild here. Okay, so that popped off all the V-Strooms and a couple other ones, and that's fine. But the range is huge, right? So it popped off all of those, and all we got to do is just run through here, click our Horn of the Wild, and then all of our items get sucked up through the obsidian pipes and down into our chests. Now I haven't, we don't have diamond yet, but once you get diamond, you will get the ability to filter where items go. So what we could do is set up a series of pipes here, or even containers that have like the specific items that we want in them, so we can start sorting our items. Or even we could run, you know, once all of these are harvested through here, we could run them underground into our house, into our storage system, and use the diamonds sorting pipes to sort them out. But we are a little ways away from diamond, I gotta say. I want to, was that 7? Yeah, so the diamond seeds take uh actually we're not that far away from diamond. I might do that. Um oh yeah. So I'm gonna make diamond and emeralds right now. Okay, I want you guys to see how bad these things hurt. I expect to be two-shot. Oh. Well, they nerfed them. Oh, they're teaming up on me, though. Okay. They have been nerfed. And they didn't drop anything. Jerks. Well, I'm hunting for Enderman. And I wonder if that Endermany will come after me. No, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, I'm hunting for Enderman. I need Ender Pearls. Um, decided I don't want to use my ghast tears. Because they don't... The only way to get them back is to kill ghasts. And I am not quite ready for that. So... yeah. Whew. Don't want to hit the pressure plate. Yeah, I'm gonna hunt for some more Enderman. I'll be back later. Guys, guess what? Look what I'm making. Oh, okay, so when you play this game, don't wait as long as I did to complete that first quest. I was scared. I don't know. I was intimidated by killing an Enderman. But yes, killing an Enderman unlocked this here, Ender Seeds. And Ender Seeds are really not that bad. You know, 4 of the weak essences, which means they're like one of the lower tier stuff. So I should have had this a while ago. But now that I have it, I'm super happy and super happy. So we can make ender pearls now for days, and which means we can progress further into the mod. That was one of the things we were that was hanging us up. Was not having ender pearls. And now that we can grow ender pearls, we can go to the end, we can kill the end dragon, we can do all kinds of crazy things. Why do these not have a second stick on them? That is so weird. Like, I see that all the time, and I wonder if it's like mobs are out here doing something. I don't even know. I don't even. Hopefully this doesn't have to be planted on like endstone or something. I would like cry. I'd probably quit. Okay, good. I get lagged there for a second, and I was like about to throw a fit. No, I don't throw fits. I'm just kidding. Okay, cool. Well, there's ender pearls. Next on the list, I think what we're gonna do is, oh yeah, we'll totally claim that reward. Thank you very much. Yeah. Diamonds, emeralds, I think is on the list of things we should do. I'm just checking to see if there's anything else we should do. Yeah. So so making these is not too big of a deal, right? We can make the diamond things. Making the seeds though is not as easy. So it takes one of those. We have an ender pearl now. Essence 4 of these bad boys. So that's 4 stacks of our seeds. So I want to get oh, it must be raining. No? Well, it must have just rained or something. Anyway, I want to get this system going, so where I can just, you know, run through with the Horn of the Wild and pick up everything. I think this would be a really nice way to, you know, especially if it's over key things. We don't need it over everything, but I guess if we're going to use the Horn of the Wild, we better have it over everything. Yeah. So, the hang up here is the Rune of Winter. We haven't progressed through that chapter of Botania here. So I may work on that. Next, that's going to give us another thing of Mana Tablet and some of those. So this isn't too bad, right? We have the saplings now to do this. We didn't before, but having gone into Witchery, we now have the saplings to do that. This one is not too bad. We have the slime ball now. Actually, can I make these? No, not quite. The thing is, these slime balls are really rare. Oh, there's Tinkers? I wonder if there's islands around somewhere. Um, hmm. Like floating islands? See, the thing that I run into, like the thing that makes me worried, is if I use a slime ball to make this Rune of Winter, um, how do I get another slime to replace that without making the slime balls? And I can't make the slime balls until I progress. I guess I have to. I don't have a choice. So yeah. Anyway, I'll work on this chapter here and getting the diamonds and emeralds going, and then I'll bring you guys back in for that. Yeah. All right. Be back in a little bit. So guys, I've been having an absolute blast setting this up. Only to realize there's a major flaw in the plan, in the idea, in the design. And that would be, you know how, I don't know if you know this or not, but all vanilla crops check the light level at the block above them. I think I've talked about this before. And if the light level above them is too low, aka like if there's a block in that space, it won't grow. So if you go along all these, this one has one here only because I had taken this down. If you go along all of these, they're missing the one in the middle. And if we put the engine here, as soon as I harvest this one back here, it will never grow again because these two things are blocking, they're taking up the space above these crops, and they're not working. So yeah, I'm going to redesign this a little bit. And so what I'm going to do is I've taken a look at a daffodil. Okay, a daffodil functions to push things, and I am curious to see whether this if this will push the items off of the sticks, you know, like if it will harvest it. If that is the case, then we do have a way of automating all of this. So once we plan it, we can forget it. So if that works, I'm gonna have to redesign this whole thing. Like this entire area here needs to be redone, including this. But I've got something over here I wanted to show you real quick, and this is kind of like a reservoir that I've built here. So this is the rain collection system out here that pumps into this block here. This one right here. And then I've got a pump pumping water out from this up into this one here. So that way this water basically over here will drain almost completely. Well, it'll drain into the level of the aqueduct here, so we'll never get the water completely out of here unless we pump it out, which we could do, I guess. Instead of running these irrigation channels, we could just pull it out. So then what that does is when it rains here, let me just make it rain real quick, and we'll do just so I can show you guys what this is like. Okay. So the water, as it rains, the water collects in here and flows down the aqueduct to this tank, and then it's pumped out of this tank through this thing here. So then what happens is it'll fill up this tank here, and as kind of like a backup, it's kind of like a backup, I have this accumulating water here, and it's pumping out through this little system. Which I'll probably will keep regardless of what we do here. So then I have the input coming in through the top here, which means this will always fill. As long as there's water to fill, it'll fill in here. And this is also in the rain, so this is also getting the benefit of the collection as well. And then I have the output here on the bottom of these two tanks. This is a double high tank. And then I made this thing called a wooden channel valve. If you go into NEI here and type in Agricraft, you'll notice there's a wooden channel valve, and it's just an irrigation channel iron and a lever. And what this does is it lets me turn on and off my channels. So right now there's enough water in the channel here to keep the water flowing, keep the sprinklers going, but eventually they'll turn off, and they'll start again once I turn this down. So this little spot here, you'll notice is empty right now. That means that those pieces are up, blocking the water. And as soon as I switch this lever, it pulls them down and lets the water flow. So we're gonna keep that off for now. We'll turn the rain off. But yeah, so that's how that works. So the next thing that I had to do was come into, if I look at the daffodil recipe, it requires this redstone root, which requires grass and redstone, and we don't have redstone yet. We didn't have redstone yet until I went in here and took a look at the redstone recipe, which is this whiff of magic, which I literally just made like not too long ago. A button, red. We have this rune of mana. We've got a ton of these from quests and essence, so I was like, well, let's just make it. So I planted that here, and here's our first piece of redstone. Yeah. So I'm gonna make a daffodil. I'll bring you guys back when I get the daffodil. What I plan is to set it up to where we're still gonna have like these irrigation channels, one on either side, but then there's gonna be like a space in between this row of crops and this row of crops. Basically, I'm gonna have to spread stuff out more, and that'll be for piping. And so what I want to do, if it works, is I'm going to stick a daffodil here. Yeah, stick a daffodil here and blow it that way, or vice versa. We'll just play with it. And what that'll do is if it works, it will blow everything over here. And even if it doesn't work, we can still use it. We can still use the wand of the forest to harvest everything, and then the daffodils will blow whatever's in this 3x3 area over to the void pipe. And the void pipe, I'll just have here, and then all the rest of the piping go down here like this, and then it will suck up anything in these 3 areas here. If I have it set up, just to show you what I kind of mean there, if you have the void pipe here and you've got your transport network going this direction, you can stick the pump on top of here, which would give it the power. Unfortunately, it's a 3x3 grid perpendicular to the way this is pointing. It does not actually reach way out here. I've tested it. Some of the videos say that it will pick up everything out here, and it may not be. It may in fact reach out there, but it's not very reliable. So if I have a daffodil that works, I can stick the daffodil here and have it, when I harvest it, hopefully it harvests it automatically, and it will blow everything over into this 3x3 grid here, and then the obsidian pipe picks it up and moves it. That would be ideal. I would rather it be automatic, but if it's not, I can handle that. But we will have to, if this is how we have to do it, I'm gonna have to redo everything. If the daffodil doesn't do anything, we're gonna stick with this, because 7 out of 7 is better than nothing. I like the idea of being able to Horn of the Wild and just suck all this stuff up. I think it's pretty brilliant. I think it's I've not seen anybody do it, but to be fair, I haven't seen a lot of YouTuber, a lot of regrowth videos. But anyway, I'm gonna mess around with that. I'm gonna make the daffodil once I get some redstone here, and we'll test it out together. All right, be back in a little bit. All right, guys, I am back, and I made 2 daffodils, and I just had a thought that I probably need dirt. So let's just grab a half a stack of dirt here. It's crazy. Maybe not. Let's try planting these things down here. Nope, they have to be on dirt. Okay, so we'll try planting them there. Okay, please tell me that works on more than just one. Is it just one? Is it seriously just one? Okay, so clearly... Does this not need mana? I thought it needed mana. Okay, so let's go back here. Daffodil works as a fan of sorts. It pushes at the cost of a small amount of mana. Any items found in front of it. Okay, so yeah, it doesn't have any mana. I am concerned that it's only one though. That would be crazy. And what's the range, I wonder? Shift right click with the wand of force changes the orientation. Where it currently faces can be seen via the subtle wind particles it emits. And that's literally it. Okay. Let's put some mana in here and see how this works. Okay, so it's working, right? If I were to... Oh, yeah. Oh, it works on all those. Okay. So now I wonder what the range is from the... I made two. Okay, I wonder what the range is from the... So it doesn't push me. That's fantastic. So if I come down here... Will this work? Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I don't have anything over here figured out. So that's quite a ways. Let's pick it up and see if it will go over here. Because if I can stick it over here, then that will be enough to cover one. Oh, yeah. Okay. It seems like it's not even using mana. Like, the wind particles are there. Certainly it's not going to work way over here. It does. So does it not even need mana? It says small amount of mana, but does it not even need mana? But that's encouraging, right? So we know that works then. Okay, so it does need mana. Okay. Okay, cool. What I'll probably do is I'll probably stick... I've got to redesign everything. What I'll do is I'll probably... Okay, so... It did blow that, even though there wasn't. Now, if I have a piece of glass here, it still blows it. That's cool. Okay. So we can keep the glass here, and it will still push the items around. That's awesome. And I like that it doesn't cost a lot of mana, especially when there's nothing going on, right? Okay, so I've got to redesign pretty much this entire field. I'll probably start here, because this is probably the echelon of how far we can go. And then I'll just design it that direction. So yeah, everything that I've done here probably is moot. Maybe not, maybe not. You know, we'll probably have to change the spacing of these for sure, but yeah. Okay, cool. I'll be back later once I get this figured out. This is going to be a titanic project. It's probably going to be a couple days before I am able to finish this, but I'm several days ahead in recording, so that gives me some good leeway. Anyway, I'll be back once I make some progress. Oh boy. Yeah, so this is the next day for me. I've been working on our system, our new design. It is definitely not complete, but I've got a working system going, and we're just going to expand it as we go. It's going to be one of those projects that take us many episodes to complete. Anyway, to start though, I used a couple words in the last little clip there that I didn't explain. Echelon and moot. Uh, echelon means the edge of the very boundaries of something. So like if you want to test the upper echelon of your skills, that means you're going to go until you find where your skills stop. So like let's say that you're working out, right? You're curling your weights or something, and you want to find where the limits of your of your curls are. So you're gonna just keep adding on the weights until you just can't curl it anymore. And that's the echelon of your strength. Moot means that something is meaningless. So uh, if you have a system like I did outside, let's just stick with Minecraft. If you have a system outside that isn't effective, it's worthless. Then is kind of, I'm not really explaining this correctly. It doesn't matter. Moot means like it doesn't matter. So like if if someone asks you, do you want to go to this restaurant or this restaurant, you could say, well, it doesn't matter. It's either one works, right? It's moot. So anyway, that's what those mean. Anyway, so let's go take a look at what I've done outside here. I've added a second layer to our system, and it is pretty cool. So here's what we've got. I've discovered that each DAFA mill can handle 5 rows, 15 or 16 blocks long. I stayed with 15. So here's the 15th block, and it will blow it past this, so it'll go to 16. I think it'll go to 17 or 18, but I stopped at 15 just because divisible by 5, and I like that number. Yeah, so let's bust out my sword here so I can get on top. Alright, so I've got all these in here, right, and I've got them all in a row. So all of these are iron seeds all the way down here. And what happens is when I harvest these, the DAFA mill blows all 5 of these rows, all the items down into like this little collection chamber here. And this collection chamber is only 5 wide, so technically I only need 2 transport pipes, but there's a lot of items, and so I decided to go with 3. So every time these machines go down, it's going to harvest 1, and this is going to have a range of this block and this block. This one is going to have a range of these 3 blocks, and this one is going to have a range of this block and this block. So items that fall into this block and this block are going to either be picked up by this pipe or this pipe, and same over here. So what the other side of this looks like is as the items come out of the obsidian pipe into this iron pipe, I've got it configured so that it goes this direction over here. So everything that comes along here are just going to be sped up. So let's grab the Horn of the Wild. I always forget which bag I put it in. And let's hop back up here. And let's blow the Horn of the Wild and see how this works. And I don't have these organized. I will probably organize these later. But I just wanted to get a working system going for you. We're at the end of our episode anyway, so once I get this edited and trimmed and everything, it should be the end of the episode. But I wanted to show you what this looks like in action. So if I use this, it pops off all the crops on either side here, goes into there, and it starts holding them or sucking them into the pipes. They get sucked into, or they get transported into the iron pipes, which send them all in this direction, and then they get pumped into this chest here. So it's all automatic, extremely automatic. So the only other step after this would be to take them from this chest down to like a sorting system. So I have the block underneath this chest open so that I can grab stuff if I want to. But I'm going to have, what I would like to do is have this first floor kind of be like our sorting system. I'd like to have an area where we do all of our breeding to 10, 10, 10. Since everything on this second floor here is going to be 10, 10, 10, then I'd like to have a system where I have it doing that down here. And hopefully we can automate that someday. But yeah, these are all 10, 10, 10. I can send these up. And these are 10, 10, 10. I could send those up. So, yeah. Also, let's grab some coal real quick. I think I should have... yeah, I should have some here. Yeah. But then I've got to go back into the house anyway to... So I have been working on... I mentioned a couple times that I was going to go, you know, I was just going to cut and then I was going to go make the diamonds. Well, that didn't happen. It's very complicated. Not very complicated. It's just we're not quite there yet. And I'll show you why. So we need 48 coal blocks. Charcoal blocks, not coal blocks. If it was coal, it would be easier. So we need... Like if I stack this, that's 28. That's not even there, and that's 4 stacks of charcoal. So I'm working on turning all my logs into charcoal. So yeah, that's gonna take a while. That's one of the reasons why I haven't done it yet. So let's grab some regular coal here, and we'll turn this into blocks of coal. This is just better for our endo flames. They like coal blocks. Yeah. So I'm gonna come up here. I'm gonna dump 5 on here, and then so those are gonna pick those up, and it's gonna send mana into this mana pool. This mana pool will then feed this Daffa mill, that Daffa mill, and that Daffa mill. So what I'd like, I'm gonna call this a pod. Right here, okay. This pod, if I were to move this mana spreader so that it would spread down or even spread up, oops, then that mana spreader could handle 3 more going this direction as well. So that, I keep falling off of this thing. So that would actually be what I would call a pod, would be this mana pool feeding 6 endo flames in its area. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. And then I've got, then I've got another pod going to head that direction there. So we're going to have 1 pod there, 1 pod here, and then 1 here and 1 here. So we're going to have 4 pods on this level, and that should handle like, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 30, 60, 120 plants, 120 crops. Which is a lot. That should probably be all we need. Yeah, so... But anyway, that's what I've been working on. Also, I wanted to show you, we have unlocked a couple things. Nothing there. Nothing there. This unlocked here. I would like to progress here. And we also got this here, so we've got power kinetics. I'd like to make this hobbyist steam engine. This is the engine I was telling you about that if you let it go, it has a chance of blowing up. So you want to make sure that you take care of it. And then the kinesis pipes, these are power. So what you do is you have this engine pumping, doing its thing onto one of these kinesis pipes, and that generates power. And then we can use that power for something. So I'm gonna probably make these... Still don't think I can make the void. Oh yeah, I sure can make the void now, because I've got redstone, and that will give me diamond transport pipes for the reward, which is awesome. And the emerald transport pipes work like the wooden transport pipes, but they have the ability to tell you, like, you can tell them what to pull out. So if I wanted to, I could have the emerald pipes pulling out just essences or whatever. But I don't want to do that. I want the diamond pipes pretty bad. So I'll probably do that off camera as well. And I probably should progress here. Is probably where I should do some of my progression. I don't think anything's open in there. Now that we have ender pearls, though, I can make this linear construction, which is going to help me build stuff a little easier. So I'll probably make that off camera. And I probably should progress through a lot of this off camera, just so you can see what that's like. And then, this right here, guys. I wanted to do this on camera, but we're going to save this for next episode. This is what we're going to start next episode on, is this right here. We have all of these made. We have all of these made. We have all of this made. This gives us essence of shards, which unlocks Thaumcraft. I'm pretty sure if that doesn't unlock Thaumcraft, I'm gonna be like, okay, get out of here. So yeah, I think that's probably what we're gonna start next episode on, and hopefully we can get into some Thaumcraft. Breaking out on hives. So we need to make a modest hive that is made from these, which we have plenty of. And also I mentioned in this episode today that I don't know where to get slimes from. Well, I'm kind of dumb and I'm kind of slow, and you get slimes from alchemizing cacti. So you don't get cactus from these cactus sticks. You get green cactus green. So I made a little farm here for the cacti, and so what you do is you just take, let's just grab one, and you toss it in here, and you get your slimes. So we've got an endless amount of slimes. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for today. I am going to do some of that pipe progression off camera. I hope you don't mind that I do that. I just, I mean, making the pipes isn't that big of a deal, right? You just take a wooden pipe and stick a redstone on there, and you've got your pipes. So it's not like it's, you know, how does this work? It's really, really simple. And then we're just going to get kinesis pipes from that is what I'm going to get. And these are, kinesis just means kinetic is a type of power. It's the movement power. It's so like if you throw a fist at something, like if you punch the wall, that is kinetic power hitting the wall. So that's where the word kinesis comes from, and it is a source of power. Anyway, before I die from the mobs, go away. I'm gonna log out. Call it a day. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.